Well, hello students. I want to work a challenging SAT problem from the BlueBook test number 8. I believe it is practice test number 8. And this involves a challenging linear relationship problem. They give me a table here of X and Y values where the X values are expressed with a variable or a constant S. So it tells us here that S is a constant. And it says there is a linear relationship between X and Y. And it says which of the following equations represents this relationship. So this is the kind of problem that the SAT and the College Board comes up with that requires you to use your knowledge of a particular topic in a different context than probably you've ever seen in any of your algebra classes. And this really just throws a lot of students off because they're just not sure what to do with the S's that are there. But what I always tell my students is just do what you would normally do if it wasn't an S. Think about what you do to come up with a linear equation when you have X and Y values. The very first thing that you would do, more than likely, is you'd say, well, I'm going to create the equation using the point slope form of a linear equation. It looks like that. And you need two things. You need to know the slope of the line, M, and you need to know one of the points, x1, y1. Well, I definitely have 2 points, right? I could use the S and the 15 and fill that in and say that this would be y minus 15 equals the slope times x minus s. That gives me a head start right there. The only other thing I need is the slope. And to find slope, what we do is we use 2 points and we use the definition of slope, rise over run. So I'll calculate the slope using those 2 points. I'm going to take 21 minus 15 as my rise, and then I take the two corresponding x values, negative s minus s. So this gives me a slope 21 minus 15 of 6 over negative 2s. So it looks like this is going to be a slope of negative 3 over s. Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to go ahead and put that in for the m right here. So I get y minus 15 is equal to negative 3 over s times x minus s. Now, that's the equation of the line. And what I have to do, though, is I have to do some algebra rearrangement to match it to one of these answers right here. So I can see that there is no s in the denominator here. So it looks like what I need to do is to multiply both sides by s. So we'll come back and look at our answers here in just a minute. But let's do this. Let's do y minus 15. Let's distribute this through the parentheses, giving me this, right, like that, because these s's will cancel when I distribute this negative 3 over s to the negative s. Oh, and that'll change it to a positive, right? That's a negative times a negative. Well, I'm going to get rid of the s down here by multiplying everything through by s, and that would give me negative 3x plus 3s. So now I'm ready to maybe start making some comparisons with the answer choices here. So notice that I see, I probably want a 3x. I see a 3x. I'm kind of drawn to B and C because of this 3x. So I will bring the negative 3x over. I will leave the plus sy right here. And then I will bring the negative 15s over to the other side, and that would give me 18s. 3x plus, that looks like a 5, but it's an s. That would be 3x plus s equals 18s, and there's my answer. I do notice that this answer is very similar to it. It's the same answer, but without the s on the 18, and that wouldn't make any sense because that s came about because I had an s down here from my slope, and I had to get rid of it by multiplying all the way through by s. That's why this had to be an 18s. The other answer choices don't look to be really anything close to that. And there's my answer. All right, so I hope that was helpful. Again, when you come into one of these problems here, that you have that uneasy feeling like, I've never seen a problem like this before. Why do I have this unusual situation with a constant here? Just try to go back to the basics of what you know. Here, how to find a linear function, start with point slope. Force yourself to then apply the slope formula to find the slope between two of the points. Then do what you know to do. Plug the slope in for m, Pick one of the points and throw it in there, and then see what happens. That's going to get you to an answer like it did here for us. Okay, good luck, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.